Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of the high grade 12144 Gundam Justice Knight, and this is from the Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise series released by Bandai back in 2019. So continuing on with more Re-Rise kits, or my second round of Re-Rise. So here we have the Gundam Justice Knight, the first of Kazumi's mobile suits, heavily based off the Justice, or Infinite Justice. I feel it was the Infinite Justice, because it was around the time the Infinite Justice High Grade came out. Well, was re-released as a bit of a redo. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the Infinite Justice, we're here to talk about the Justice Knight. So here we have a nice shot of the front of the Justice Knight in its interesting color motif. So it's definitely a very nice look. The colors, it was an interesting take on it. But I do like what they have done with the head, especially with the masked type approach on it. That's the front of the box. In terms of the bottom of the box, so we have some action poses of the Justice Knight, as well as some references to the weapons it will have included. That's very nice. It's actually got a decent array of accessories between the lancer, the sword, and the shield. So that is a very nice looking kit, and can also be equipped, not that it did it in the series, but it can be equipped with some of the other customized weapon sets from Hiroto's various planet armors, and in this case that's the V2 weapon set. So that's the bottom of the box. Side of the box will be the usual sides with a rehash of the front art. And here we have just a front and rear shot of the Justice Knight, a bit of a blurb about it, and just a brief introduction to Build Divers and how this frames up this being a bit of a sequel to the first season of Build Divers. That's very cool. It does look very nice. It'll definitely be cool to pose this next to the Infinite Justice. So, taking off the top of the box, in terms of the contents, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of runners, and a manual at the very bottom. So similar to the Infinite Justice, there will be a good amount of plastic included, well, at least different runners. I will crack open those plastic bags and we'll have a better look at everything that was included. And with everything now out of the bags, here we have the front of the manual, rehash of the front cover art with a bit more of the legs now in view, front line art of the Justice Knight with a continuation of the blurb. Ooh, that's not very focused. Let's see if we can fix that. Okay, so a bit more blurb of the Justice Knight and its pilot, and titles. Okay, now I see. That's some just interesting light reading on the front of the manual. In terms of the back, a bit of a rehash of what we saw around the box. So the material Gunpla was the Infinite Justice, but we also just go through the weapons and armaments once again. And a little interesting thing that the backpack can also do and some of the customizations with the other weapon sets, such as the Mars 4, V2, etc. And at the bottom we do have a color guide, which has a nice array of colors. White, purple, dark grey, green, grey, red, gold, a bit more grey, well, a lighter grey, light brown, and a silver. A very good amount of colours included. In terms of the manual, now it's going to be one of those weird ones that get very confusing. Parts list ever so quickly, a good number of runners included. Does feel a bit like Noah's Ark because there was lots of 1s and 2s, but we'll go through those in a minute. Sticker sheet, as we'll see in a bit, is also quite small, surprisingly enough. In terms of the build, straightforward build as always. Build the body, which will probably be quite reminiscent of the Infinite Justice. Build the head, left and right arms, with your specific arms really coming into play based on which hand you attach. The legs, so yes, pretty much you build the two of them in conjunction, and then they basically become a right leg and a left leg, subject to which thigh joint you, well, the alignment of the thigh joint is probably a better way to describe that. Build the waist, put everything together, put the torso and the legs together. There will be, interestingly enough, a action base adapter. It won't actually plug directly into the bottom of the waist. And then putting together the wing knight, or more correctly, the knight wing. I don't know where I got wing knight from. Oddly enough, given that I just recently did a unboxing of a figurized Batman, just looking at the back of that makes me wonder if you repainted it into Batman colors, what it would look like. Probably really good, to be honest, but there you go. Possible challenge for someone. And finishing off the build on some color pages with the... Oh, I have missed a spot. So there's the Nightwing. And then going through the weapons. The sword will probably need a bit of color correcting, but that's to be expected. Everything else is a few pieces worth build. And then how to attach things into the hands. Same as the shield. In fact, the shield will have a few different options, which is really cool. And then some images about the posability. That's definitely a carryover from the Infinite Justice. And the support machine, basically being able to detach itself and do its own thing. And you can also use this piece to interchange as well. In fact, just looking at that kind of reminds me of Falcon's Red Wing. Oh, there you go. You can do a recolor of the Falcon, or do a recolor of Batman, do a recolor of everyone at this rate. Probably do a recolor of him as Captain America Falcon. Anyway, recolors aside, so that was the manual. Quick look at the sticker sheet. Very, very small sticker sheet, as I mentioned earlier. Just some camera lenses, eyes, and some color correcting stickers, which may not even be needed if you can get a bit of a black marker. Now, in terms of the runners, because there are a few, so we'll try and go through this as quickly as possible. So we have the A runner, which is multicolor. So we have some of this more dark grey, white, the light brown, and I dare say that's probably more of a lime green than a green. That's very nice. Definitely probably more unique to the Justice Knight and not so much the Infinite Justice. But I'm sure there's bits and pieces that are probably held back to the Infinite Justice. Two Bs, B1, B2. B2 is a functional copy of probably 2/3 of B1. Now these are both probably in that black / graphite type color. So you'll have obviously your joints, and because B2 was a copy, your lefts and your rights, for hopefully bits of arms, bits of legs. I can see 2 hands down there, probably some of your waist in here as well. So it's B1 and B2. C1 and C2 both in white. C2 is pretty much a copy of another 2/3 of C1. So the copy parts will be probably majority legs, but I think this little corner here will be for arms. The rest probably torso, front and rear skirting, and the waist. So that was the C1 and C2. Moving into D1 and D2. So D2 in its own nice purple color, and D1, ooh, I feel it's a form of grey. We'll stick with grey. So there's the 2 D runners. A single E runner in, I feel it's trying to be gold. Or could be a very golden yellow. So E runner. So we'll have some nice pieces to use there, and I think that's probably for the shoulders already. So that's pretty cool. 1 E runner. And we have, oh, take that one back, I'm not ready for you. F1 and F2, which are actually kept together, but I think there was a supplementary kit where some of this would have been included, I think with a petite guy. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. So I can see how you would split this into individual F1 and F2. That was part of the backpack, shielding and things like that, and that's in red. And lastly, now that it can come through, G1 and G2, this is in a lighter grey, so we'll have shielding, the lance, and things like that. So that's not too bad. Good amount of plastic coming through for this Justice Knight, which is good. Keeps things very interesting and different. So that brings us to an end of the unboxing of the Gundam Justice Knight. I feel like I forgot to mention it, which I usually do. This was picked up from Hobbylink Japan, so I have a link to the Justice Knight as well as other kits from Re-Rise and probably Build Divers. It was actually a bit difficult to segregate them, but they're all basically the same universe. So feel free to check out those links if anything strikes your fancy. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link below. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.